Many fans believe that Battlestar Galactica died on April 29th, 1979, when ABC TV surprisingly canceled the series. But to Glenn Larson, the show truly died for him a few months later during the early summer months of that same year, when a disastrous decision was made. Hi everyone, welcome to Battlestar Galactica. If you like interesting stories like the one you're about to hear, the memorabilia, the collectibles, and especially the toys that surround the Galactica universe, then please subscribe to my channel so I know you're out there. Now, to really understand what show creator Glenn Larson was talking about, you need to understand why Battlestar Galactica exists at all. During the very early days of Battlestar Galactica's creation, an executive for the studio trying to interest investors referred to Battlestar Galactica as a property that would conquer the world just like Star Wars did. Taking a page out of George Lucas's Star Wars playbook, Universal hoped that if the show became popular, it could be expanded into other mediums, including animation, and that the show would generate a steady stream of money for investors due to licensing. Many investors, as well as licensee holders who missed out on the Star Wars phenomenon, were eager to jump aboard the Battlestar Galactica bandwagon. They were expecting to reap huge profits. Universal Studios promised that they would aggressively promote and market and license the show around the world as the series was being rolled out into different TV markets. And the studio made good on that promise, using their own marketing department as well as third-party agencies around the world. Battlestar Galactica experienced a huge uptick in licensing during the early part of 1979. Now, you may be saying to yourself, what was Glenn Larson talking about since Battlestar Galactica was canceled? What does this mean? Well, it turns out that Universal Studios was making millions of dollars on Battlestar Galactica worldwide. It had nothing to do with ABC TV canceling the series. Unlike today, when licensing fees move back and forth very quickly, back in the late 1970s, it sometimes took months for a studio to see exactly how much a property was earning for them. And that's exactly what happened with Battlestar Galactica, and that's exactly what Glenn Larson learned during the early summer months of 1979. Yes, the property truly was on the verge of conquering the world, with licensing fees and interest pouring in from all corners of the globe, especially Asia and Europe. Battlestar Galactica was doing exactly what it was designed to do, make Universal Studios millions of dollars. Armed with this data, as well as the incredible box office numbers from the first Battlestar Galactica film, Glenn Larson implored the executives at Universal Studios that they in fact had a hit on their hands and that they needed to revive Battlestar Galactica. They could not let it just die. Glenn Larson proposed that a medium-budgeted film featuring the original cast could keep the property alive around the world and keep those licensing fees coming into Universal Studios. Unfortunately for us, and still a mystery today, the executives at Universal Studios told Glenn Larson no, and this turned out to be a disastrous decision. When word quickly spread amongst the licensing community that Battlestar Galactica was no longer being supported, companies and merchandisers around the world quickly canceled their licensing contracts with Universal Studios, and this resulted in the company losing millions of dollars in potential licensing fees. A true disaster. By the time executives realized that they had made a major mistake, it was too late, and classic Battlestar Galactica was officially dead. I hope you enjoyed this story from a corner of the Galactica universe that many fans are not aware of. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great Galactica day, everyone.